Welcome back. Last time we finished exploring the continent of Fedor, and we ended around here of Akanon and the Mushroom Islands, and we're going to take a ship from the docks there and go down the coast of Kunark all the way down to Feronave. This is an elven city, high elven city. It's also wood elves and all the other elves here. And I think we will begin by exploring the lower part of the Emerald Jungle, Trakanon's Teeth, Feronave, the Swamp of No Hope. We'll skirt over the Dreadlands, and I think we can just pop into the Frontier Mountains and over here to the Combine Hidden Valley area of the Dreadlands, and that's probably all the time we'll have for today. And next time I think we'll do a tour of northern Kunark. So this is going to be southern Kunark today. So here we are at the city of Feronave, or what will eventually be the city of Feronave. Just off the coast of the continent of Kunark. We've got some makeshift docks here, and we'll eventually have ships and walls, buildings, a big statue back over there, and it's going to be really good. But we will begin our tour by leaving Feronave this way, out the main road that connects to the continent itself. And it winds its way through the jungle here along the coast, and it goes over a couple of islands that we're going to have to put some bridges over. And it snakes its way across to the Feronave territory itself, as well as the Emerald Jungle. And I think we will hang a right and go to the jungle itself today. And here's the islands here. It's a very defensible spot of land. If anybody wants to invade, they're pretty much going to have to do it by ship, or it's going to be very hard to force their way across these little islands. Here we see some of the mountain peaks of Kunark. And this is a very tropical area, so it has a lot of lush foliage and jungle terrain. But it's also bounded on the coast on almost all sides by these high mountains. And of course, the mountains of Kunark are mostly made of granite, as you can see. I wanted to have red mountains here to sort of separate the terrain, so it doesn't look quite like what you've seen before. And I thought it fit with the overall theme better. Kunark has a lot more red to it. And here we are entering the Emerald Jungle. It's got pretty much the same biome characteristics as the Ferrot Jungle, except I'm not sure about the size. The Emerald Jungle might be slightly just the largest jungle in the world. And we have some lakes down there, and we've also got various road networks through here, because what I plan to do with this is to add a lot of ruins. Because it is called the Ruins of Kunark, so there's going to be lots of overgrown and broken down ruins. I'm not sure of the theme. I think it's probably going to be Egyptian style ruins, I think. Would suit Kunark the best, because it was once ruled over by the Shissar, the giant snake people. And they tend to build in Egyptian, so I think there would be a lot of that left over here that the Ixar would have inhabited. And here we are now moving into the Swamp of No Hope. What a lovely name. It's a swamp, and if you're in it, there's just no hope. You're stuck. And I've also added some lily pads in amongst here, which you didn't see in the previous jungle, even though I have added those over there. And there is, I think, one road that snakes its way through here. There is a Froglock city in here. I think it's Froglogs. But it's going to be somewhere. I think they're sort of like mud huts up in the trees or something. I haven't looked at that in a while. but I'm looking forward to building it. And here, as we leave the Swamp of No Hope, we come to the Lake of Ill Omen. Another wonderful name. Of course, at the bottom of the Lake of Ill Omen, it used to be a plain, but the whole area sank in a cataclysm, of course. And down at the bottom is the Sunken City of Vexar, which is going to be fun to build. It's one of the things I've always wanted to build in Minecraft is a really good ruined sunken city. And that's going to be down here. Of course, there's a lot of ocean on Norrath, 75%. So there's going to be more than one sunken city. And here we have some of the coast of the Lake of Ill Omen. Kabilis is over there, which we will take a look at next time. But we need to turn south and fly over the Dreadlands. I think I actually missed Verona Bay. But here's the river mouth that goes back into the swamp. And the Dreadlands themselves. This is the home of the Ixar Emperor Veneral Sathir, or his ghost if you've already killed him, until he respawns. It's going to be a mesa area, and I've hand-colored some of this to be a bit more red. And we've got savanna along the edges of the water there, and savanna along the edges of the mountains. And there's going to be large castles over there somewhere, right in the middle of the Dreadlands, which is Emperor Sathir's fortress. And let's hop over the mountains here, and I will give you a tour of Verona Bay. Now over here, this is the road stops here because there's going to be a tunnel that goes underneath these mountains, as there was in EverQuest, and it's going to come out the other side here in the Verona Bay. Now, I believe these are new trees that you haven't seen before. And these are birch trees, but I've also used some stained clay to create a fall tree effect. Since we are going into that time of the year, I've always wanted to have a fall forest in Minecraft with these golden and red and orange leaves all over the place. It would be nice if vanilla would do that itself, but I don't guess they're going to get around to it. I mean, they've only had 10 years. But we will fly through the Verona Bay and go through the southern coast of the Dreadlands and come around to the Hidden Valley, where the Combine Spires to Luckland are. It's also where the Wizard Spires, as I've been corrected, are located in Kunark. So if you choose to use the Wizard Teleport function, that is where you will end up. I really want to have some command blocks set up to do that, but I don't know if they will or not. I'm going to have to see about that. If anyone knows how to use command blocks to teleport yourself to a preset location of coordinates, let me know. And here we are along the southern coast of the Dreadlands. There is a road that skirts the coast, and there's going to be a little village over here. And there's going to be several old and ruined and mostly abandoned Ixar villages all over Kunark, pretty much. This continent is going to be very heavy on ruins. Not only in the jungle, but along the coast here and the forests and the more deserted areas. And I believe in the distance we are just seeing the frontier mountains beginning to come into view. They very slowly rise up as the savanna transitions into an evergreen forest. We'll keep going this way. And these are acacia trees here, by the way, that you're seeing. And there's quite a few of those in Kunark. The terrain's getting a bit more hilly and mountainous. The acacia trees are thinning out, and we can begin to see the evergreen trees, the pine trees, come into view. And this heads up to the Frontier Mountains and the giant fortress up there. The Mountain Giant Fortress. But if we go along the coast here a bit more, we will come to the Hidden Valley, which is just now coming into view. And I've colored it to be basically the same biome as Verona Bay that we saw earlier. It's on either end of the Dreadlands. And we have more of these trees here. And I think I might want to add a few more trees, to maybe a few more deep red ones with those netherwort blocks, I think. But there is a small river and a lake that runs through here. And over here in this clearing area is where the giant combined spires that take you to Luckland go to. For those of you that don't know, Luckland is the moon. And that is on my list to do to this map one day. I want to add an entirely new area, probably in the end, that takes you to the moon. And I'll probably put the end portal around here. That's my current thinking for it anyway. But I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. So next time when we return, we will explore northern Kunark.